Music is a powerful force, and it's one of those things that we're not sure why we love it as much as we do, but we do. The day that we're conceived, we're around music. Mother's heartbeat is beating in her chest, and that's the rhythm of our life, and we understand that. Every kid should have the opportunity to study music because it's the most incredible thing in the world. I was first introduced to performing when I was 6 and started Suzuki violin lessons. The teacher that I had was wonderful. Her name was Miss Allison. She figured out that I was the one that couldn't be taught the songs that were in the book.
He didn't want to practice. He didn't want to do the formal things very much, but he was clearly interested in music, and his music teacher offered to teach him through improvisation. And that really excited him, and I saw a lot of his ability there.
The second thing that got him started, even before he chose music or music chose him, is that he wanted to be a performer. I think he imbibed that because, you know, his mother was a performer and I did some acting while he was young. He said, I want to do something like that. I'm not going to be an audience forever.
I have no problem in front of people. My hands are sweating in front of this camera, but, you know, besides that, when there's a microphone, like a microphone and a band or a piano, like, you know, it's work mode.
And tell me who changed the rules and offered all that bad advice. Tell me who changed the rules and how will we all pay the price?
My first album, A Rip in the Sky, was recorded with about 6 months worth of singing lessons. And it was like one of those things where if I put my mind to something and I want to do it, I do it.
That ain't gonna solve a thing.
I dipped again.
If we don't speak our words, we'll both be dealing with someone new. That ain't gonna solve a thing.
2.5 years later, I recorded God Is in the City, an ode to New York City itself and the inspirational value that it holds. New York and Jackson Heights, Queens have definitely influenced what I do.
He saw himself as part of the culture, that New York scene. He was born in Los Angeles, but he came here when he was 4, and he loves that New York sort of street identity. He can pull it off because he also has the soul, and his music, you know, backs it up.
Being a producer, it's an integral part of me being an artist because I get to sit back and be the artist, but still know exactly what's going on.
He has an incredible ear for music and a great mind for assessing where things need to be. He hears what your average individual wouldn't.
You think that, you know, you have to get used to the way you sound. It's because, just like you said earlier, this is not really the content that you would be presenting right away as something that you have done. You know what I'm saying? And I've always been around pianos, and that's how I've produced all my music over the years, using a keyboard, so I'm used to the instrument, but never played with 2 hands up until about 2 years ago.
Playing the piano in itself is sort of like, you know, you're tapping into a sound and triggering an emotion, and the emotion that he has in his songwriting comes out through the melodies that he does play on the piano.
Man going to Mars, don't need to travel that far to find the most curious creature. She's much closer than that, and she'll change your mind. Oh.
I think the common thread between A Rip in the Sky, God Is in the City, and the stuff that I'm doing now is that yes, they showcase me as an artist, but also there's an integrity behind the music that will always continue. I'm not writing songs just for popularity, for the popularity contest. This is about true emotion and meaningful music.
Nick is trying to make his own thing. Nick is trying to make Nick. The world ain't ready for Nick.
The story I tell is the time when we went to see Savion Glover in Tap, the movie Tap. And he loved it. And he said, Mom, I think I'd like to tap. So immediately I said, well, maybe we'll give you lessons. He said, no, I just need some shoes and a board. That was his approach to things for many years, that he wanted to do it his way and he wanted to do it on his own.
Nick is well-rounded in different areas of making music. Makes him that much more of an extraordinary artist.
We always wanted to support him in it, and he got more and more involved in it, more and more confident, and more ambitious.
He's a sound engineer, he's a great musician, songwriter, composer, so it all goes hand in hand with his music. You see it in his music. You hear it in his music, actually.
The thing that I want people to take away from the stuff that I do is the human element, and the fact that this is music for the world that we live in, and that we're allowed to feel things, and we're allowed to do things that make us sad, happy, cry, laugh, dance, be pissed off, all that stuff. People go through real things and they need songs that make sense in that world. I think the world has lost something when people don't talk about the real things that are going on in their world. Somebody needs to talk about it.
I am such a curious creature. Curious creature. Howard, we just love you.
Is that your wish? Is that what you want?
Yeah, I want everybody to love me. I do. I don't need everybody to love me, but I want everybody to love me.
And then I start thinking of other things that I remember.
You ready, Ted?
Yeah, the Boo Man is ready.
I don't want to be on camera. I don't like cameras.
I don't like cameras.
Let me get. I don't sound like that. I don't sound like that. Stop it.
That's the makeup sex music, baby. I tell you. From experience.
My name is Nicholas Howard.